Okay. Dan who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands in my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and hopefully you already are. Welcome back. Or if it's your first time, welcome to the Thursday live show where we recap the week that was in Marvel Legends, as well as go down rabbit holes and speculate about the future. And today we have a doozy for you, as the clickbait intro reveals all. We are going to tell you all of the secrets that we know, but they're not really secrets because we did have an interview at MCN Comic Con with Ryan Ting, and I did try and get him to give us a few clues and breadcrumbs for the new year, and I think we got a couple. So that's what we're going to go through today. We are going to go through all of the breadcrumbs and the clues that we have for 2024, and we're quite confident with some of these guesses as well. So we're going to go through all of that, but you know I cannot do it on my own, because when I say we, I mean me and Rich. I always press the wrong button. There he is, displayed once. How you doing?
I'm good. You all right?
I'm all good. Are you drinking?
I don't know. I have nothing. I was just so busy scouring through Hasbro leaked documents that I did not have time to get a drink.
Revealing secrets. I really like your jumper as well, by the way. Is that like a Christmassy X-Men-y jumper?
No, it's an X-Men arcade jumper.
Yeah,
from,
I wasn't sure if it was Christmas-based. I like it. Let's have a look at that. There you go. Who we got on there? Wolverines, Colossus, Storm,
Colossus, and Cyclops is somewhere as well.
Always got the good gear. You have always got the good gear. All right, I'm just wearing the same outfit I wear every week. Like, it's literally I don't even have. I was about to say I open my wardrobe, but I'd be lying. I don't even have a wardrobe. I just have a chest of drawers.
It was because we were in like a hotel room in MCM, and Dan's is just black. Oh, everything is black.
True, it is black. Apart from a Dan Who t-shirt, that's white. But anyway, let's do this. Okay, how are we doing, everybody? Hope we are well. Make yourself known in the chat. Make sure we're live and you can hear us. I always panic that me and Rich are going to start a show for 10 minutes before we notice we're not even live. So someone let us know you can hear us alive and well. That will set me at ease. But of course, we are here to talk some toys, talk some Marvel Legends, and let's start off hot. Okay, so I'm going to get into the housekeeping and I'll come and say hello to the chat. But everyone's being a little bit quiet. Lady Mac says Dan never washes, obviously. Shh, that's the real secret I'm revealing today. I want to start off hot, okay, Rich? Right, so of course we are speculating about the future, and the future, I say near future, as we are literally a month or so away from 2024. But we have got one thing confirmed, and we now have a nice, shiny promo image that reveals all. No longer do we have to enhance like a 90s retro movie and there's some grainy pixelated thing. The people in Italy still like using their Nokia 3310s. But here she is in her glory. It is, of course, Lilandra from the Marvel Legends line. Now, this was revealed during the last week in Italy at Luca Comics and Games, or Games and Comics. And yeah, we only had a grainy picture. Now we have the nice digital render. It took them days to put this together for some reason. I have no idea. Clearly, the Italians kept it to their south. But here
they were drawing that app articulation in. They were like, "Shit, let's put it in."
Yeah. So let's have a closer look at Lilandra here. So of course, No idea how she's coming yet, but of course we can speculate. But we know she is coming now. So it's a brand new head sculpt, which I did tell everyone. People were doubting my knowledge and my insight, but I did say it was a brand new head sculpt, not the same one that we got with Mystique in 2019. And a brand new pinless body. So completely pinless, and the majority of it is new. Now, of course, I think someone suggested that the forearms may be reused from like Quake or something, which is a very clever spot if it is. But when I say new, people always get me on this in my reviews. When I say new, I just mean new in the world of the Marvel Legends library. I just mean like pinless. It's just new compared to the past. But people are like, unless it is brand new, people are quick to point out, no, we've had that forearm before in this. And I'm like, okay, but it's still new, right? It's still a new representation of the character. So what do you think now we've got a nice pretty picture of Lilandra? Because I know she is one that you are happy to get finally in her full form.
I think it looks great. It looks like comic book, like accurate-ish enough for me. It's accurate enough to the animated TV show as well. So no, is it in the X-Men 97 series? It's not, but it could be. But yeah, and it's got that arm articulation, because that was one of the things I was worried about. It was just like what it looked like one sculpt. And I think with that body, it gives me hope that with like Hallows Eve hood as well, is that an Outback Psylocke is closer than we think. Because we know that Marvel Legends love a bit of reuse, and that is like the perfect body to chuck an armored Psylocke on.
As much as I would like brand new tools and molding and sculpting for every single Marvel Legend, we know that's not how the game works. So I don't mind reuse when it makes sense, and I do think there is some reuse here that would make sense for good old Betsy in her Outback gear. So I wouldn't be mad at it. And underboob articulation confirmed. It was a question people were curious about, but yes, there is a cut there under the chest, so she will have a rocker on the upper torso, which is a little bit limited, let's be honest. We would like more, we want that Black Widow articulation utilised now with all characters, but considering she's wearing all our armour, and I'm probably going to have her standing there regal, hoping she comes with her staff, I don't mind it too much. It's not a character I think absolutely needs it, but that's just my opinion, of course. We do have...
Your boobs can jiggle like a queen.
There you
go.
go. Jiggly boobs. Rectangular's in the chat saying, where's the side eyes emoji? Rectangular, we're still waiting. We've started the show now. Quickly send the list. Quickly, we're about to do the show. Send it so we can reveal it. That's what today's thumbnail was all about. I should have called it Rectangular's Secrets, and we probably doubled our viewership. But we do have some secrets, Rectangular. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll teach you something, Rectangular.
But yeah, and for everyone out there, if you want to see like other secrets that have already been revealed, check out Rectangular's list on his channel now. And also David Displays has done a list as well with a bunch of Wolverine stuff. So check out both of them for even more secrets of 2024.
Yeah, indeed. Again, we will be revealing secrets today, so stay tuned. Tell a friend, all right? Stay tuned. But here's the first non-secret, as it was revealed officially, but it is nice to see the pretty promotional pictures. So you have already alluded to, Rich, saying it's not going to come in that X-Men sort of animated series line. So are we all assuming the rumours are going to be true? She's going to be packed in with some sort of Wolverine in a 2-pack, a 3-pack or something like that?
It seems to be. It makes no sense, but it seems to be that she's in that Wolverine anniversary line yet to be announced. So maybe December time we'll start getting those announced.
Yeah, we spoke about it on Legend of Liquor. I asked you the question, what would you love the most if she was in a 2-pack with anybody? Who would you like her to be with? You said Deathbird, right?
Deathbird, yeah. Deathbird or Gladiator or some of the the Shi'ar characters or the Starjammers, like that kind of thing, or even like Professor X. Put her with like Savage Land Professor X.
We know that green jumpsuit is coming. We know it's coming. Now Brandon's got a thing or two to say about it. We know it's coming.
But it's not too much of a stretch to put with Wolverine, but it's just for an anniversary series, Lilandra wouldn't be in my top 100 Wolverine characters you'd put in that line. But I don't work for Hasbro. I just sit here and say shit.
That's what we don't work for Hasbro. That's why we're going to reveal all of their secrets. Down with Hasbro. So anyway, there's Lilandra. Right now, let's go back and say hello to some of the chat. Okay, so let me press some buttons, see what's going on with the people. I'm going to scroll up now, so hopefully a few people said hello. Okay, I'm scrolling. Right, there's the saxophone, so that's when we started. Robert Thompson says, hello, Dan and Rich. Can't believe that Rich has no drink. Yeah, organized.
I know.
Crazy. If you need to go and get a drink, please feel free. Super Turk 5000 says, where are the non-mutant teams in this poll? I can tell Rich is audited. No, it wasn't. It was me. Basically, they are the 4 that was at the top of my list with Ryan. And I'll play that clip in a minute just to sort of remind you what I'm talking about. Justin Collect says, hey, everyone. The Collector says, we are all ears. Beautiful. So they can hear me. That's good to know. We don't have to restart the show. Derek Jackson says, hello, Who Crew. Hello, Derek. Hope you do. Hope you're good. Jamie Gitchard says, we can hear you. Damien says, good evening, afternoon. Cough, cough. Eric the Red in Gladiator Marvel Legend. Cough, cough. He's got a sore throat there, but he mentioned a couple of Marvel characters that would absolutely make sense to go with someone like Lilandra, that's for sure. Jay says, we are live. Thank you very much, Jay. Phil Jones says, we can hear you. Pow. How you doing, Hill Phones? Double A says, good morning from down under. Say at 7 a.m. on Friday morning here. He's live from the future. It's crazy, those futuristic people there in Australia. Good day, mate. It's summer for their time now, right? They have Christmas in the summer. Very crazy. They have barbecues at Christmas. Absolutely insane. MRV says, hello, everyone. Your childhood was trash with the fist emoji. Fist right back at ya. Chikimon Kiara says, hello, Who Crew. Compulsive Collector with the side eyes is doing that for Rectangular, of course. Kevin says, boom. Uwin? How am I saying that name? E-R-N-E. Erin? I can't read.
Ernie?
E-R-N-E? Yeah, my brain doesn't say that. There's no Y. That's what my brain doesn't think there's an E. He says, those hands are delicate. She is meant to hold something. Well, maybe she comes with interchangeable hands. And maybe they're soft. Maybe it's okay. Scoob says, another lady for Rich's... I need to stop reading comments. Stop writing words that I can't read, people. I'm dyslexic as fuck. You're making me sound even dumber than I am. Right, you've put me off the comments now. Let me go to my housekeeping. That I do know. Right. Tune into the after show after. There is a link in the description. On the after show, I will be asking our guests to reveal their secrets. That's right. We're not even going to talk about toys. I'm just going to ask them to reveal a secret on the show for the 8 people that watch, all right? So there you go. Secrets will be revealed after the show. I can't wait to tell you mine. Can't wait.
I can't wait to hear Craig's. That's what I'm waiting for.
And of course, go and check out all the other long form content on the channel. Legend of the Liquor was last week. The Inner Circle is not on this sort of little 4-piece, but the next main stream on the channel will be the Inner Circle, which is next Friday, people. I told you last week, I'm going to tell you again. Friday the 17th of November, the Inner Circle returns for its sort of quarterly show. So this is probably going to be the last Inner Circle of the year, and it's fun and games. We talk toys, of course we do, but there's no main topic. It is just a virtual hangout. We play games, we give some prizes, we race some ducks. It's just a lot of nonsense. So if you like that sort of community aspect of the channel, then any channel member at any level is welcome to be a guest. Come and talk some toys with us on the Inner Circle, all right? Thank you very much. So yeah, good stuff. Oh wait, Friday is alive and well. So where's she gone? There she is. There it is. Friday, anything over £4 or $4, she will read your comment out loud. She is a talking robot assistant that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. To be fair, she works 90% of the time, but we need that first super chat to kick her off. So anything over £4, $4, your support is much appreciated. It contributes to the nonsense that we like to continue on the channel. And of course, don't be shy. Hit that join button. All right, simple as that. Thank you very much. Plug in out of the way. Let's get back to the Marvel Legends stuff. So I'm going to play a clip from my interview with Mr. Ryan Ting.
I think you've got a super chat just come in.
I do already. That's amazing stuff. Let's oh, there we go. Andy. Let's Hero Collection. There's another one.
Hero Collections donated £4.99.
That makes no
Back
sense.
Giant Man.
Is that an old... Are we in the past? What's going on? Hero.collection says back Giant Man. Friday's drunk. Is Friday been drinking? Because that's all wrong. Back Giant Man, people. Too late if you didn't. Missed out. I want to say a very special thank you to Andy for the very generous $19.99 super chat. And it says, let's celebrate his first super chat. So thank you very much, Andy. I hope you're watching live. We appreciate that. It obviously goes towards supporting the channel. And thank you very much. Make yourself known, my friend. Become a channel member and become a part of the channel that you are supporting financially. Thank you so much, all right? Again, Inner Circle is next week. Don't be shy. Everyone can get involved with that. And again, that's a bit more spontaneous next week. You just have to be there in the chat and I'll drag people in. It's as simple as that. But Andy,
I'm not here next week.
You're not here on the Friday?
No, I'm out drinking. I'm in Cardiff drinking with Phil Jones, I think.
Oh, okay, that's fair. You can join us drunk
Sorry.
from a.
Sorry.
You can join us. No, the Friday's the inner circle. You're still here for the regular Thursday, right?
Yeah, I'll be on the
Yeah.
Thursday.
So
Yeah.
we do the Thursday show like regular, and then the inner circle's like a bonus, isn't it? Because it disappears to the channel membership after the stream. As soon as that stream's ended, it goes behind the paywall. That's really we're going to reveal all the secrets.
Sorted.
But anyway, right, back to what I was plugging. Thank you very much, Andy. Much appreciated. I'm going to play a clip now from Mr. Ryan Ting, which is an extract from my interview. So if you haven't checked out my interview, please do so. It is on my channel right now. There it is, right there. Me and Ryan Ting in person on at the Hasbro booth last weekend or the weekend before. And again, full interview there, 24 minutes talking Marvel Legends. And again, it's not a formal, crazy interview where I'm asking about the political aspects of Hasbro and down with corporations. No, we're talking about Marvel Legends, all right? The line that we love to collect. We're just having a fun conversation about toys. So that's what this clip is. And it sort of give me and Rich the ideas to sort of run off today. So I'll play the clip. So these are characters that just one figure will complete a team, okay?
Okay.
So we're in the UK, so of course Excalibur, UK repping. We need Rachel Summers, okay? We got Destiny for the Brotherhood of Mutants.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We've got Wolfsbane for X Factor, Feral.
All X-Men characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, Starjammers, the OG of Guardians, like the Charlie 27s and stuff, and then the giant size X-Men. We still need that repainted Banshee. So there's a few more for you, right?
A few more.
Will one of those teams be completed in 2024?
Because this is your home field advantage.
Thank you. Yeah.
We are here in London.
Yeah.
I will say yes.
Yes.
One.
You didn't hear it, but Rich was doing his own voiceover there exclusively for me. That was probably more amusing than that. Thank you very much, Ryan. So again, go and check out the full interview, but hopefully that gives you a little clue of some of the stuff. So he did confirm something. Now, granted, he didn't really confirm a lot, but he did narrow... In the vast world that is the Marvel Universe, he did sort of narrow it for us, and we sort of mentioned only 7 teams. So it's nice to know that one of these 7 teams will be completed. So as a little bit of fun, as always in the chat, I've stuck a couple in there. I've put the first 4 teams I mentioned to him because I still think it's one of these 4, because he asked me to mention, he was like, oh, it's only 4, because he didn't want to confirm one of these. It would have been too narrow. So I threw in some bonus ones, but I think it's one of these teams that are getting complete. This is just me speaking. I don't know that for fact, but I say what Marvel Legend team needs completing in the most in 2024 out of these 4. Excalibur, X-Force, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and X Factor. So far, Excalibur 16, X-Force 34, tied with Brotherhood of Evil Mutants on 34 as well, and X Factor at 17%. So, Rich, before the stream is over, who do you think is going to win that poll? What do you think our audience here are going to prefer to have a completed team in Legends form?
Yeah, I thought Wolfsbane would have been more popular than Feral, but I'm guessing people are there is a Wolfsbane technically. I've never had a Feral before, and I think Destiny, she is such a X villains are always great. There's a lot of female X villains missing, so again, I think 4 good choices. But yeah, X-Force, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I go Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I'm gonna go Destiny for winning. I'm gonna go Destiny.
They are winning with 1%, and Destiny's such a great segue. It's like we planned all this, Rich. But look at this. I have now become Destiny. I am blind, and I can predict the future, sort of. And my future that we're predicting is the secrets of Marvel Legends of 2024. So this is it, people. This is the nitty and gritty. If you stuck with us for the first 25 minutes, then now is where we get into the good stuff. We're talking Marvel Legends secrets. Now, these secrets are all based off facts and tidbits of information, all right? So it's not just us plucking shit out of the air. This is based off what we know, and sort of it's based off what we know and using our educational guesses to best summarize what's going on, all right? So secrets revealed, starting off with the Goblin Queen. Now, what have we got going on here, Rich? You were there with me at MCM.
So this was one of the big questions that we asked Ryan Ting, or tried to get a Ryan Ting, if we're going to see a Goblin Queen. Now, Goblin Queen is one of the like big 80s X-Men villains, like Inferno is all based around Madeline Pryor, the spooned like wife of Cyclops, clone of Jean Grey. And then in modern day comic books now, with Dark Web, with House of X, she's kind of come back into the fold of comic books again and is like a big player in the Marvel Universe again. So last year, in the Engine of Vengeance, we did get a Madeline Pryor reveal. This Madeline Pryor revealed.
Digital render.
But this was not the best received of all renders, including by myself. Not enough underboob.
We need more boob. More boobs, please. Yeah, so this...
But yeah, so we wanted to see if this Madeline Pryor, if we would ever get it again.
Yeah, so I would like a Madeline Pryor in the collection. So would Rich. I'm sure would many of you guys out there in the chat right now. We would like a Madeline Pryor. So again, go and watch my interview with Ryan Ting. I did ask him directly about Madeline Pryor. And he did answer it, and this is what we've sort of took from that sort of mention. Shout out to Tac, by the way. He says, exciting. Something is coming, Marvel Legends in 2024. Something, woohoo. Mark Tac is absolutely correct. That is, we can confirm that here and now. Something is coming in 2024. They are the facts. And STM Figures has been showing some love, joining the channel membership again. So thank you very much, my friend. Much, much appreciated. That gets you in for the Inner Circle next weekend. Again, remember, Inner Circle, any channel membership tier can be a part and watch, all right? So don't be shy. Great month to get involved. Now, again, back to Madeline Pryor. So we both like a Madeline Pryor, that's agreed. But which form? Not this one.
We don't think it's this one. Nah, we think this one is over with. No chance of seeing this one again. With the Cookie Monster, she goes into the sunset to visit the Rancor. We think this Madeline will sadly never see the light of day.
She is riding shotgun with Robbie Reyes into the distance, following the Rancor to eat some cookies with the Cookie Monster while he's with his lightsaber or whatever else has failed. So yes, unfortunately, we don't think, or maybe fortunately for us, maybe we get a better Madeline Pryor. This is what we're about to speculate. So we absolutely do not think we're going to get this Madeline Pryor. But there's a little bit of hope, people. Where's the hope coming from, Rich? What's just going on here? What are this Funko Pop doing on the screen?
So we've got two lines of hope there. We've got more hope for Madeline Pryor than Cable's got hope. We have Madeline Pryor from the Dark Web. So this is her new updated look in the comic books. And she's now leading the Dark X-Men in the brand new series that's just started. I think it's on issue 3 at the minute in Fall of X. So it's kind of like the Madeline look, but she's got a helmet. She's a little bit more covered up. She's got top boob instead of under boob. And we know they do top boob sometimes. Not so keen on the under boob, but top boob. And she's like got a skirt piece as well. But she would go as well with Hallowed Eve, has just been revealed, and Chasm that's just come out as well. It would fit with that, and it would fit with Havoc. You could build out the Dark X-Men team. I think someone in the chat just said you could start the Dark X-Men, Jason Lopez. There's other things that you could do. So that is one option for a comic book-based Madeline Pryor. And Dan did ask Ryan Ting, could we see her on a Spider-Man card? That would be like one way we could get her. I don't think we're going to see her on a Spider-Man card.
To be fair, Ryan Ting did laugh in my face when I sort of suggested that. But I was just suggesting it for the sake of conversation, of course. Because, like, Madeline Pryor was the big bad of the Dark Web. So that's how we got Chasm. That's how we got Hallows Eve. So as much as I don't think we're going to get Madeline Pryor on a Spider-Man card, but in that story, on that new modern card back, it would make sense. It would make sense to have that trio on the same card back in the same line. But I don't think that's how they're going to give us Madeline Pryor. I do think it will be X-Men related. And like Rich said, that's where we get the Funko Pop from with the X-Men 97. And again, there are rumours of an X-Men 97 wave. So let's keep going through. So yeah, we think Madeline Pryor, out of all of the HasLab sort of Robbie Reyes nonsense, out of them all, I do think she has the best chance of getting a release sooner rather than later. Would you agree with that, Rich? Out of that sort of failed HasLab campaign, Madeline Pryor, we got a little bit of hope for?
I would say, yeah, because she's not really tied to Ghost Rider at all. I think at the minute, I don't think they're going to be touching many Ghost Rider characters. But Madeline was always a weird choice for that wave. It seemed like they threw her in to try and get the X-Men fans to like back it, which kind of backfired in a way. So I think Madeline of everyone, and because she's got this different modern look, I think it's an excuse to go back and revisit the character, especially if she's going to play more of a role in the comic books going forward. And again, with X-Men 97, this Funko Pop of Goblin Queen, again, we don't even know if it's Madeline. We're assuming it's Madeline. It could be like some weird version of Jean. We don't know. But she's got like Baby, who we're assuming is Cable. And the fact that it's on the X-Men 97 packaging for the Funko Pop means I think she's probably going to show up in the new show. And again, Madeline never appeared in the original run, so if she appears there, it could be that we get Madeline on that animated card back, maybe.
Look, I will take Madeline any way they want to give us her. Not a problem. I would like to add the Goblin Queen to my collection, and this may be a way, but we don't think so just yet, because look at this cast of characters. We have had some, but we haven't had them all. And before we address this, let me just say I sort of probably should have mentioned this at the start, but I didn't think anything bad would come of it. But please, no spoilers in the chat for any current Marvel show or any show at that fact. Let's keep the chat a safe, spoiler-free zone for everybody. I've only watched one episode of Loki, so I'm way the Loki finales tonight, so please, no spoilers in that. Obviously, the Marvels is out at midnight or out now in America, wherever it is. So no spoilers for that. Okay, let's keep the chat a spoiler-free zone. Much, much appreciated. Thank you, everybody. Now, back to the X-Men. So, I have yet to get the X-Men 97 wave. Not because I don't want to. It's just one of them. It's on the list. I will get them, of course. But Rich has the whole wave. And you're happy with that wave, right? They're your... Would you say that each of these figures has sort of jumped to the top of your list as the best representation of each of these characters for you in your collection?
I think that the Wolverine, the Magneto, the Bishop are really good. I mean, I really love the Gambit as well. I think he's I know he's the least updated of everyone, but I just think the head sculpt and the colours really pop. So I think for an animated style display, they're all really good. I think the girls could have done with fully double jointed and at least they haven't got jelly legs. That's the good thing with the girls. But there was more. I think the girls could have done with more updating. Rogue and Storm are probably the weakest two in the wave. But as a whole, it's a good wave and it paves well for going forward. Obviously, X-Men 97 hasn't debuted yet. It's debuting early next year and it's already been picked up for a second season. And I think, like Ryan has said, that the VHS X-Men are done for now. They're on hold, and all X-Men animated will be on this retro X-Men 97 card back going forward.
Yeah, and Ryan made sense as well. Whether people like what he says is up to you, but he does make sense when he says the reason they did VHS X-Men style boxes is because at that point in development, they didn't know that the X-Men 97 show was coming back out. It hadn't been greenlit at that point, so they didn't know they'd be even able to go back into that WoW. So they did the VHS X-Men, which makes sense. But when that was announced and they knew they could do more of it, they wanted to lean away and move that into the Spider-Man world. And again, they have sort of confirmed we're getting more Spider-Man rather than X-Men. But if you go and watch all these interviews that they did at New York Comic Con, and even MCM, they have sort of confirmed we are getting more X-Men. We are due a second wave. And if you're good at maths, then you will count. There are 12 little cubes on this screen right now. 12 X-Men characters. And a wave is 6. So we have already got 6 of these characters in Marvel Legends form. You can buy them right now in all the places you buy your Marvel Legends. And if you want to buy your Marvel Legends from Kapow Toys, you can do so. 5% off your entire basket. Use discount code DanWho at checkout. That's for my UK fans out there. Thank you very much. I've much appreciated. That was great.
What about your American fans? Where can they go, Dan?
They can go Entertainment Earth, but they keep changing the rules and their commission's crap. So there you go. It's in the link somewhere. Kapow Toys is where you want to go. They ship international. You're good. Kapow Toys. Right. So anyway, back to this. So you can buy these 6 on screen right now. Rich already has them. You probably already have them. But there are 6 other characters. So is it as simple as that, Rich? Is it that simple? Are we just going to get the other 6 on that same card back? And give the people the reasoning why it's these 12 in the first place. Why these images?
So basically, there's a lot of promo images gone out for different things. So puzzles, games. There's a keyring set that uses these 12 characters, but it's these 12 have all got individual promo assets. If you go and look at Marvel.com, Disney, if you look at there's posters, there's t-shirts.
There's blind bags now with these as well.
Yeah, they all focus on these 12 characters, and most of the art is for these 12 characters. Even on like the epic heroes on the Sentinel and the Blackbird, they've got like a team shot on the back, and I think it's got all of these characters. Sunspot isn't on that one, but the other 11 characters are all on that art, so Sunspot isn't on that. But then Sunspot is like the new character to this, so maybe he wasn't added, or they didn't settle on his look yet, type of thing, before they like released all this art. So again, going forward, in the original X-Men TV show, there was the 8 main X-Men: Cyclops, Jean, Wolverine, Beast, Storm, Gambit, Rogue, and Jubilee, and Professor X. Now, in X-Men 97, Professor X has gone to space, so he's kind of like out of it for the minute, and Magneto has come in and taken over. And then onto the team, they've said like Bishop and Morph are part of the main team now, and then Sunspot is kind of like filling that Jubilee role. He's like the new member to the team. So we've already had 6 of them, so technically, looking at that, there's 6 left. There's Cyclops, Jean, Morph, Sunspot, Beast, and Jubilee. I don't think they're going to do all these 6 in one wave.
Well, let's just say, let's just pump the brakes for a second and say that, okay, that is the wave. That is the wave of 6. Would you be happy with that wave? Because I think that is the best way to go about it. Unless I'm about to be proven wrong, we shall find out. But I think the community at a whole, of course you can't please everybody, but I think the majority of the community would be happy to see that those other characters on the same retro card, and at least round out that team on the same packaging style, because we've said it before on this stream a million times. We've even shown the graphic. They cannot complete a team in the same style. They just keep moving it. They get close to finishing a team and then they switch the style that they're releasing them on. It's very frustrating. So if they were to release these 6, I'd be happy about that. Would you?
I would be ecstatic about that, Dan. But you've got to put on your Hasbro hat now. Put your normal hat, put your Hasbro hat on, and think about it. If they did that in 2 waves, basically everyone's got all the main characters. For a lot of people, that collection is complete. They go and do wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. People are going to be like, oh, I don't really need a different coloured Cyclops.
That's right.
That is great for the community. But I don't think Hasbro will do it. I think they'll want to like drag this out.
It's the toy business. Not the toy business wants to make money. Fucking hell. Idiot. I was thinking it's all about the community. Shame. Down with Hasbro.
So yeah, I don't think they're going to release all these in one. I think Cyclops is a given. Cyclops, I would like put money on it. The Cyclops is going to be in wave 2 because it needs like
the broken body, like we got in the VHS, but without the
with a new head. And yeah, I just think that he's like a main character. So Wolverine or Cyclops tend to anchor X-Men waves. So Cyclops will definitely be in wave 2.
I agree.
And then I think Jean will be in it as well, because I think of all the characters in this, Jean is the most in need of a do-over.
Oh my god.
Like jelly leg Jean.
Shitty hair, wrong hair.
Yeah, they've just done so many things wrong with Jean. So they need to like finally get a Jean Grey figure out there that's right, that looks nice, that stands up, that doesn't knock everything down in your shelves. I know she faints a lot in the TV show, but that's not an excuse. That's not an action figure, Hasbro. Not an action feature, sorry, Hasbro.
Yeah. Your own fainting, leaving the cell for long enough, she will faint. Yeah.
If they put it on like that could be the action feature that they like. The Ryan was on about writing for the Spider-Man. If she came on a Spider-Man card, that could be a feature. Faints and knocks down all your figures. But Jean and Cyclops, I think, are safe bets for this wave. I think they're going to keep the best 2 back. I think for like wave 3, wave 4, I think Beast and Jubilee won't be in this wave.
No. Not Beast.
Again, both the figures we've had recently. We've had Beast on that retro card. We had Jubilee in the VHS line. And I think they're figures that are not going to get too much of an update. Their X-Men 97 look isn't too dissimilar from their original look. So I just think they're going to re-release those figures with a couple of new like pinless parts, and that'll be it. So I think they'll hold those back for like a wave 3, wave 4. That's my guessing. And then I think Morph will be in this wave because Morph is easy. Morph, you have that body, you can put a Cyclops jacket on it, and even the head, you've got that Age of Apocalypse Morph head. It's kind of a simple one to do. I'm iffy on Sunspot if he'll be in this wave, because again, I don't think this is Sunspot's look. My guess is like most Disney Plus seasons are these days.
Like fucking fire,
yeah, he goes like all black, like a Sunspot basically, and then all the flames come off him. But then he's got this look with a jacket on. I think he'll get a uniform as well. So my guess is he won't be till wave 3. So I'm guessing for wave 2, it'll be Cyclops, Jean, and Morph. Then maybe some villains. We've seen like Mr. Sinister has been like shown, Emma Frost, Val Cooper. Val Cooper would be a great figure. I don't think they'll do Val Cooper, but Val Cooper would be great. But yeah, I think like Mr. Sinister, and again, allies as well, like Archangel, Nightcrawler, a more like slimmed down Cable has been shown as well. Forge. There's other characters, I think they'll do it. And again, there's characters with alternate looks. As someone in the chat, I think CJ Phoenix said about Magneto having purple lock. I think maybe wave 2 might be too soon for that, since we've had Magneto in wave 1, but I could see that coming in the future, and different looks for like Wolverine, for Cyclops, like a civilian looks for them as well. But I think this second wave will have Jean and Cyclops, it'll have Morph in it, and then it'll have like a couple of lesser known X-Men. I don't think it's going to complete these 12 in 2 waves.
Too good to be true, isn't it? Too good to be true. So yeah, and I agree with Rich. Like ideally, of course, this makes the most sense, but again, that's not what Hasbro like to do. They don't like to keep it simple. They like to switch it up on us and keep us fiending for more, like the plastic crack that it is. So yeah, I agree with Rich. We'll get a couple of these in the next wave, but probably not as simple as just getting all 6 that we need. They're gonna, and who knows, they could surprise us with a character we didn't expect, but we all really like. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative and a bad thing. It's just curious where it's going to go. But I think Jean Grey and Cyclops, especially a non-cell shaded Cyclops, would be very much appreciated. The amount of people I know that brought the VHS version just to remove the cell shading is ridiculous. So clearly there's people out there that want it. But yeah, how dare they not include Beast and Jubilee? Clearly, if anyone knows, the best 2 X-Men out there. So yeah, sad times. Hopefully they don't forget that. To be fair, the old Beast figure holds up very well, but I'd love to see like a new pinless Beast and etc. Anyway, I digress. Let's keep going through. So yeah, potential there. Definitely going to be a wave 2. That's been confirmed. But who's in it? We'll have to find out. Sooner rather than later, I think, though. Sooner rather than later. Now, going back to the VHS, it's been confirmed. Again, this has been confirmed. This isn't based off speculation. This has been confirmed. VHSs in 2024 are continuing with the Spider-Man 2-packs. Okay, so we got 4 of them this year. Can we recap what they were real quick? It was the black suit Spider-Man with the blue cell shading to match the animated show with a Carnage. And then the second one was Jean Grey and a Hobgoblin. The third one was Mary...
it wasn't Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
The second one was Doc Ock and Aunt May.
Was that the second one? Oh yeah, it was the second one. Okay, my bad. What am I saying? I've got X-Men on the brain, Rich.
You got Jean Grey in your head now, because I said she should be on a Spider-Man card. Like I confused you.
It's all good. Okay, and then we got the Green Goblin, and then Mary Jane, and then Peter Parker and Smythe. Okay, great 3 little. Is that my picture that I took as well, Rich?
Yeah, I used your art down. There we go.
That's very nice. Very nice. So yeah, these 3 look great. Thank you very much to Bring Toys for Work, throwing in the little
Bring Toys to Work donated $5. I'm hearing Nightcrawler, Cable, Forge, and Callisto also in X-Men 97.
Oh, there's a few good shouts from Bring Toys to Work, who I think's off to see the Marvels today. So I'm a little bit jealous. I can't see it till next week. He says, I'm hearing Nightcrawler, Cable, Forge, and Callisto are also in the X-Men 97. So there's a couple more suggestions that maybe could pop up in that second wave we were talking about, Rich.
I think Phil Jones said in the chat, Nightcrawler is well overdue, and I agree. Like, we haven't had a proper, like a new Nightcrawler pinless. That would be a great figure.
Absolutely. And also, you'd love that yellow and blue Cable. Would you not?
Yeah, but he's not yellow and blue. He's like a skinny version in the art they've shown. So I don't want that. No, I want big muscle pouches, big guns. That's what I want.
We know what Rich likes.
And I want a Cable figure as well. Right.
Right, anyway, back to VHS Spider-Man. So there's the 3 civilians we've got so far. So let's quickly have a little speculate about what we might see in regards to the VHSs. So again, what we know is we are getting more VHS Spider-Man 2-packs. I use that term in plural because I think we're going to get more than 1. But is it going to be more than 2? We don't know. Ryan Ting wouldn't confirm. I did ask the question, are we going to get 4 2-packs again, just like we got this year? And he said to me, I'm not going to confirm. I do not want to confirm. So it's not a yes, but it's not a no either. So like there could be, and they don't want to tell us that, or maybe there isn't as many, and they may switch up the theme halfway through the year because they can do that. Why not? So, but
that's what I'm thinking, because it's like last year and the year before we've had 8 Pulse exclusive figures. So the fact that he wouldn't commit to saying like this, because I think if there was 4 again, they would have said there's going to be 4.
Exactly. Just why not tell us?
So. the fact that they didn't say, I think that as well. Maybe they'll do another 2, and then halfway through the year, it'll be like, we've got this new theme for something else. You know, who knows what? Brandon's working there now. Maybe it's X-Men Evolution.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking hope not. Definitely down with Hasbro if that's the case. Bloody hell. I'm just going to pick it with a sign, get Brandon out. Get Brandon out. So yeah, I sort of, that's where, again, just speculation, that's what I think they're going to do. I think we're going to get at least 2 VHS Spider-Man cards or boxes, and then maybe they switch up the style. So here's a couple of suggestions. Rich threw in 2 villains, 2 civilians, and then 2 extra characters as well. So someone in the chat just said, Jason Lopez says, Chameleon or Dan will riot. Absa-damn-alutely. I will riot. Chameleon has to happen in 2024. Like I said I was going to riot if it hadn't been revealed by the end of 2023. Now, after speaking to Ryan and Dan recently, I've sort of given them the benefit of the doubt. They know we need Chameleon, and Dan's breakdancing in those Marvel rooms right now to try and make it happen. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to give them that extension and say 2024, okay? But if it comes to this time next year, then yeah, down with Hasbro all the way. We need Chameleon. I will absolutely riot. Chameleon is up there. He has to be, especially considering he wasn't on this new sort of retro card sort of wave. They gave us Tombstone, the Jack-O-Lantern. Scarlet Spider-Man was a good shout, to be fair, but I reckon Chameleon should have jumped above Jack-O-Lantern and Tombstone. So the fact that he didn't makes me think he's already scheduled in on the VHS cards. Vulture's another great one because in the show he has the tablet of time and he goes from old to young, so they could give us both head sculpts. I think that's the way to do it, and you can hide that really well in the box, especially with his big wings as well. It doesn't look cool naff in the packaging. A couple of civilians that I think would make a good shout is especially Felicia, of course, Black Cat. She could be packed with a Black Cat, but Dan Yoon's clue was they don't make sense together, so I think that would be too easy. Harry Osborn, obviously, Peter's best friend, again with that crazy hairstyle. What do you even ask for in the barbers? Do you sit down and go, I want the Osborn, and they just know what to do? Don't know how he gets that hairstyle, but I'm very impressed. And then Madam Web, absolutely want Madam Web on the throne. Could they do that in a box? Maybe. And then Plasma. We need Plasma. Morbius, I think, would be a great shout. I think people would love that. Maybe a Morbius and Blade packed together. But again, Dan Yoon's clue puts me off. So maybe Dan Yoon's clue was a clue to intentionally put us off, Rich. So when they are revealed, we're just surprised. But what do you think with these couple you put on the screen? Are they the ones you want to see?
I was just trying to fix like a couple of like the most popular ones from each category. So like in the first series, it seemed to be like heroes, villains, and then civilian characters. So I think Vulture and Chameleon are the 2 missing from this series. And I think as well is that Vulture and Chameleon only have these looks in the animated series. They wouldn't really fit on like a normal card back or in a normal Spider-Man wave. So I think this would be a good way to get both these characters out there. Like Harry and Felicia in the civilian look, I don't think you're going to get that anywhere else. So to put them in here would be like a great thing. And I think Madam Web as well. We've got that movie coming out, that terrible Dakota Johnson movie. I don't know if it's going to be terrible.
I'm just taking my hoodie off, hang on.
But it's Dakota Johnson, not the best actress in the world, and I think a tie into that rather than doing like movie figures, because I don't know what a Madam Web movie would look like. You could do an animated Madam Web to kind of like tie into it, and then I think Morbius. This is a look again. Morbius only had in the animated TV show, so again, it's another one that like I think a lot of people are gonna want. So it's kind of like, and Dan said it's going to be a mismatch, didn't he? He didn't say they're not going to match up. So, I mean, Vulture and Chameleon kind of go together, but the rest of them don't really go together. So
Felicia
I think maybe...
it goes out with Morbius. Felicia's in a relationship with Morbius.
That's true. She could go over there, and she could go... I think her and Chameleon had like a run-in as well, didn't they? So she could kind of like run in with them too, type of thing.
Yeah, and Madam Web's a good shout, because as much as... I don't think any of us wanted to see... Dakota Johnson. Yeah, I don't think any of us wanted or would have fan cast her as Madam Web. Like, we'd prefer the old woman Madam Web and have some sort of weird multiverse Spider-Verse going on, to be honest, but that's not what we're getting, unfortunately. But it does mean that Madam Web is going to be in the zeitgeist for Hasbro when they're doing their planning and their scoping the year. If they know that Sony are going in on this movie, they will see that name, and it gives them an opportunity just to put her out there in comic form or animated style, like you said. So the best thing that that movie may give us is the encouragement for Hasbro to give us the Madam Web we want. And maybe the movie's good. Who knows? But probably not, to be honest. Yeah, probably not. But anyway, there's a few suggestions, but we 100% know we are getting more Spider-Man VHS 2-packs in 2024. Quick interlude while we have a look at the chat, because I know a few people have been dropping some channel membership tokens, so let's have a look at what we've got going on here. Okay, so Damien down at the bottom says Iron Fist and Shaka Khan for 2024. Brandon can help. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. And Home Dude says something that, of course, I will get behind. X-Men 97, Hellfire Hank. Come on now. A pinless Hellfire Hank. Oh, my God. It'd be imagine they do a live stream and reveal Hellfire Hank on a retro card. Oh, my God. That'd be Hellfire Hank on a fucking retro card. And then even Chameleon as well.
The Hellfire is supposed to be, apart from Mr. Sinister, they're like the secondary villains in it, and they've shown like Emma Frost, Sebastian Shaw.
Just giving me don't do that. Give me hope. Don't do it. Just Hawkeye with the slick back hair in the rain. Don't give me hope. If they release that and Chameleon, I'm definitely going to get called a shield for the end of time if that's the case. They're going to think I got Brandon to make that happen.
The Dan Who wave.
Yeah, imagine that. Look, I wouldn't be mad. Right, okay. Thank you for the brief interlude. Other people in the chat are saying Madam Web would have to be a deluxe alone, considering the chair. Well, I agree. It would make sense for her to be a deluxe, but if the chair breaks down into pieces, they could hide it in the box, maybe.
We've got another category coming up later where Madam Web could fit.
Oh, you know what?
There's some wheels on it.
I guess so. He said it's a vehicle. Okay, yeah, we'll speculate about that later. Okay, cool. Old Man Peter and Young Vulture. You could give us the Old Man Peter head as a pack-in with like Chameleon or Vulture. It makes sense with both. Madam Web and Carnage. Carnage Spider-Man. I guess you could give us Carnage Spider-Man. Chameleon would pair with Peter's Superior. Chameleon Nick Fury, maybe. Yeah, I think that's one that people are speculating. I still think they may go maybe hero, bad guy packs. But again, Dan's clues just putting me off all our guesses. So I genuinely don't know at this point. But again, speculating is fun. That's why we are here. Okay, let's go into the world of MCU. Just for a minute, just for a moment. Now, because today is a big day in the world of movies. Today, they officially announced that the strike is over. So I think the writers sort of ended their strike a couple of weeks ago, but now the actors have ended their strike against the studios. They're fighting against AI and better situations for all involved in Hollywood. And they finally come to an agreement. I'm sure there's lots of more details online you can read that I'm not going to be able to give you right now. But what I do know is it means movies can start happening again, because movies have been on pause for a while now, like a long time, months in fact, where actors have just not been going to movie. That's why there's been no movie premieres. That's why like Captain Marvel came out and there was not really a red carpet with any actors on it. It was all producers and stuff, people behind the scenes, because the actors are obviously on strike. But now that strike is over, actors can return to work, films can get back up and carry on being made, can continue with production, if you will. So that includes the MCU. It gets back on track. So what we know about 2024 is scheduled in, currently penciled in, because we do think these are going to move, is Captain America Brave New World. We know they've started filming it, as we've seen pictures of Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford on set. We've also seen people like Seth Rollins in the WWE on set, apparently a member from the Serpent Society, but that's all rumour, speculation, we don't know. But point is, they have started filming that one.
So no, there's been lists gone out today, and Captain America: Brave New World is completely filmed. It's all filmed.
It? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
That's finished. Like they might go back and do like pickups and reshoots, but
the main now they can.
It's all filmed. Yeah.
Deadpool, and of course Ryan Reynolds confirmed today as well. He confirmed today that Deadpool's obviously still being filmed. It's happening because he revealed this exclusive picture of Dogpool. Genuinely, this is Dogpool from the new Deadpool movie. Did Dogpool save the day? Not a chance in Gremlin How, but she is currently causing the Disney pushy merch department nightmares, and you know they're going to merch the shit out of this one. Coming with the movie in summer 2024, it is Dogpool. So this is genuinely, if you haven't seen it already, from Ryan Reynolds' Instagram, this is the MCU's Dogpool. Like, we are going to get this in some sort of merchandise form. He's not wrong. There probably will be plushies. Maybe it'll be packed in with a Marvel legend down the line. Who knows? What do you think of Dogpool? A little cute, right?
I don't know if cute was the word I would
Yeah,
use,
I
but
was trying to be
yeah,
nice to
it
the
looks
poor
like
guy.
a dog Deadpool. I mean,
It's one of those dogs from like the world's ugliest dog contests that they've obviously plucked just for comedic value. But
but
he's
I
probably
suppose
a
if
sweetheart.
it fits, doesn't it? If it's like an alternate version of Wade Wilson, like Wade Wilson is not a pretty guy underneath the mask, so I suppose that kind of fits.
Look, Dogpool. It'll be funny, I'm sure. I have faith in Ryan Reynolds. So yeah, there you go. That's Dogpool. So again, just a little hint that these movies are still happening, but the shifts and the dates will shift around. So Captain America, Deadpool, Thunderbolts. One that we don't even know. Like, was that on the list today, Rich? Is that started filming? It's in pre-production, maybe.
So Thunderbolts should have started filming. It hasn't. It hadn't started filming before the strike. So my guess is Thunderbolts will be pushed to 2025. I guess I think Captain America will either like stick to what it is dated for now, or it'll move forward to where Deadpool was, because Deadpool was supposed to be the first movie. I think they've said Deadpool on Deadline Hollywood said that Deadpool, they've got a big list of like all the shows going back into production straight away next week, and Deadpool is going back into production next week, but it's still like only 50% shot, so they've still got another 50% to shoot, and then to get it all edited, to get all the special effects. I don't think it's going to be ready for then. I'm guessing Deadpool would go into Thunderbolts slot, which was like November, December next year. I think that'll be pushed later. And if anything, Captain America may move up or stay the same. So I reckon next year they might only get 2 MCU movies.
I agree, because you usually need a year, don't you, from filming, pre-production, post, all that pickups. So yeah, I don't think we'll be very, very lucky to get Thunderbolts in 2024. I genuinely don't think it's happening, unfortunately. I think that will get pushed to 2025. But again, confident Deadpool and Captain America will make it out there. So again, I did try and ask Ryan Ting about the movies, the MCU. Of course, he can't tell us anything, so it's pointless asking straight up
So,
questions.
Ryan, the MCU seems really sloppy this year. That was how you led that question. Good opening that was.
I didn't know how else to articulate the current climate of the MCU. It has been very sloppy. Again, that's my opinions, not Ryan Ting's, but I did say the MCU has been very sloppy. He was quick to jump in and be like, he didn't say that, so clearly Marvel are watching. But the MCU schedule is sloppy because it keeps sliding around, moving around. I think that's a very accurate statement for me, to be honest. But anyway, figures are coming for MCU products. Ryan basically confirmed that. It's like figures are coming, of course they are, just like they have been for the last 10 years. We're going to get Marvel Legends to accompany all of these projects. So there you go. So curious, especially since that first image of Deadpool and Wolverine in the yellow suit. You know, people started wanting toys. Even Dan Yoon was quick to write, it takes a year to make toys, by the way. So like, be patient, people. Be patient. These figures are
so they might be glad if that's pushed back, because then they've got more chance to get it in line with the movie type of thing.
I agreed. Another trailer we've seen very, very recently, as I think last week or during the weekend, we've seen a trailer for Echo, she's gonna be the first R-rated sort of Disney Plus show. Hulu and Disney Plus are merging, so it looks like it's a Hulu exclusive, but it's not. It's a Disney Plus exclusive, but they're merging, so it's going to take them a while to merge. In the UK, it makes no difference. We don't have Hulu; it's all on Disney Plus. But it's an R-rated, which is mature, so there can be blood, etc., fights, etc. Who knows? But are you excited for this, Rich?
I am. I'm much more excited from the trailer. I think the buzz about this series wasn't the great. Again, this has been moving about on the schedule. First of all,
would you say
it was supposed to come before. Sloppy. Yeah. I would say sloppy, Darren. Yeah. I would use those words. I endorse that statement.
Thank you.
So Echo was supposed to be before Loki and was supposed to be weekly. Then they were going to drop it all at once, and the rumors were they were dropping it all at once because it was bad. They were just trying to get it out there and bury it. But looking at the trailer, it doesn't look that bad. I think Kingpin looks really good in it.
They're leaning into Kingpin, though, ain't they? I think you see more of Kingpin in that trailer than you've seen of Echo, and
completely.
And they're changing Echo's powers as well to make her more cinematic, I guess.
That makes no sense to me. In the statement that I think the director put, it was like, well, why use Echo then? Why not do a different character? That was just, I thought that was stupid.
Apparently she's gonna have different abilities and stuff, and it's just weird.
So we'll wait and see with that. But another thing with Echo as well is that they're rebranding it, so it's not being like Marvel Studios, it's being Marvel Spotlight, which they say are going to be things that are not as tied to the continuity of the MCU, which is weird for Echo when you've got Kingpin in there, when she debuted in Hawkeye, and when she's supposed to be tying into
Daredevil's
Daredevil.
glimpsed in the trailer as well.
Of all the things to say, this doesn't matter. Why this? It just seems weird. It's like they want to like distance it from it. So I'm still a bit like, ooh, with it. But then I think having it all drop in one go, binging it might work. We'll wait and see with that one. But I do not think that we'll be getting a full wave of Echo figures.
Agreed.
I think it might be like a one just Echo, or she'll be in like a Disney Plus wave. I think Rectangler said there was a Build-A-Figure Disney Plus wave next year coming. So we might see Echo in that. Or she might be like Mobius and just be like a single release. Because I think for Echo, you've already got Matt Murdock. You've already got Daredevil in the Legends. Yeah. So you could just put her out as a single release figure and then time it to when the show comes out as well. And then we have the only other live action show announced for next year is Agatha, who's had about 12 different subtitles, but is now called Darkhold Diaries, which sounds like a dirty show on HBO at like 12 in the night.
Waiting for midnight, that 10-minute preview. Let's watch it.
Come on, Agatha, show us your boobs.
Top boob or bottom boob? Which would we order? Yeah, again, I think there's also Ironheart has been moved around and they're changing that and they're redoing that. But again, sloppy schedule. It was an accurate statement in regards to the MCU. But we've just got Agatha, but it took them 2 years from her debut within the Disney Plus show to even give us an Agatha. She debuted in WandaVision. It took them 2 years to even give us that version in figure form. So will they have any figures for the show? Who knows? But again, I'm curious. Until we see a trailer, we don't really know the sort of theme or direction of that show. Because the last time we seen Agatha, she was brainwashed and sort of left by Wanda, wasn't she? So is this going to be jumping over the timeline? Is it going to be a past telling how she got to where she was before she met Wanda? Is it going to be after? Is it going to be a bit of both? Who knows? We shall find out. But at least we've seen an Echo for trailer to get the vibe. Again, very Kingpin heavy, which I don't think people are going to be mad about. People in the chat are saying exactly that it looked better than they expected to. So they know what they're doing. They're going to lean more into the aspects of the MCU that people want. So yeah, curious of these two, but I don't expect many Marvel Legends, if any, of these two. As Rich said, probably an Echo in a Build-A-Figure wave, but we shall see.
I would imagine Agatha will get some promo because I imagine that'll be their big push next Halloween type season.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
And I think as well, Agatha, I think WandaVision was a good of all the Disney Plus series. I think it was a very well put together TV series, and I think Catherine Hahn as Agatha kind of stole the show. Really, she kind of like that. She was like the breakout character, yeah. And I think the director and the creatives of WandaVision have carried on to Agatha Darkhold Diary. So I think if it's got the same kind of vibes that WandaVision had, I think it could be an interesting TV show, but we will see. Yeah.
There's lots of stuff in the sort of mystic world of the legend in regards to Marvel that they haven't touched upon yet. Doctor Strange is again another mystic sort of theme, but they're still only on the bare surface of all these mystic characters in the MCU and magical characters. So Agatha could go deep if they wanted to. There are lots of characters they're yet to touch on in the MCU, so we shall see. And again, Jason in the chat says Ironheart is supposedly filmed as well. Yeah, again, they've took that off the schedule, so we don't know what they're doing with that yet. It's not got a date, or it's not officially being said it's coming out when here, there, and there. So we don't know what's going on with Ironheart.
I think Bring Toys to Work has said it's been moved to 2025.
Oh, okay, there you go then. So it isn't 2024, which is what we're talking about today. So we were completely accurate with our screen. A couple of questions in the chat before we get onto the next bit here. I say questions, more suggestions, if you will. RP says, shouts, Dan, Chameleon on retro card or VHS box? My heart wants retro card. That's honestly what I would prefer for my own selfish collection. Retro carded Chameleon. Unfortunately, my head, based off what we know, says it's going to be on the VHS box. Unfortunately, but I'm still happy to get Chameleon in that style, still happy with it, but I would have preferred retro card, that's all. Jason Lopez says Echo's new power is supposedly going to tie into Native American heritage. Will be interesting to see, as we said. Daredevil is in the trailer too, says Craig. Yeah, we did mention that. Marvel Spotlight is basically still connected to the MCU but won't contribute on the bigger story, says Arvin. Yeah, absolutely. Jason also says did Agatha get the refresh during her Midnight Suns comic run where they aged her down a smidge. Oh, okay. So again, the MCU always takes a little bit of influence from what's going on in the comics and vice versa. The comics, if anything, copy more of the MCU than the other way around, I suppose. But yeah, we shall see. And someone give us a Deadpool wave. Carlos, give us a suggested Deadpool wave. Deadpool wave, Elektra, Deadpool, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, Beast, Cyclops, and Daredevil. That's a random wave with characters from all over the MCU there. Bring Toys to Work says, would you be okay if Chameleon got pushed to 2025 if it was meant to be on the retro card? Would I give them another buy? I think if they confirmed it was going to be on the retro card in 2025, I'd let them be, because my heart would be content knowing it's coming on the format that I want. But I don't think that's the case. Jamie says, what's the Action Man in the background? That's not a Marvel legend. You'll hear about that on the after show, all right? That's for the after show. But yes, that is a 30-year-old Action Man, one of my first childhood toys I've repurchased for nostalgia. Continuing with the poll in the chat, it says, what Marvel Legend team needs completing? And I say this because we're about to get into this team conversation, so we're curious what you guys think. What Marvel Legend team needs completing the most in 2024? Out of these 4 suggestions, of course, there are many, many other teams that need completing, but out of these 4 today, just for fun, Excalibur, X-Force, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, the one led by Mystique, and X-Factor. So far, 17% Excalibur, 30% X-Force, 38% for Destiny and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and then 15% for X Factor. So the least fan poll there for Wolfsbane, but like Rick alluded to, technically you can build a Wolfsbane in Marvel Legends. Not the greatest, but technically there's a way. Shout out Little Leaf Creations as well, by the way, for gifting another channel membership. And what a great month to get a channel membership, as it is the month of the Inner Circle. Again, the date has been officially confirmed that it's happening next Friday. Again, after the show is over, the Inner Circle goes behind the channel membership wall for the replay crew. So yeah, great month to join. And thanks to Little Leaf Creations, Gabrielle has now been gifted a channel membership. So Gabrielle, if you are lurking out there somewhere, please make sure you send a special thank you to Pete, aka Little Leaf Creations, always showing some love in the chat. Thank you very much, Pete. I appreciate that. Much appreciated. Right. Let's get into this teams-based conversation then, Rich. So I'll play this clip of Ryan one more time. It's literally 30 seconds long, just to get you in the mood of what we're about to talk about. One of these 7 Marvel Legend teams will be completed in 2024. It's a fact. It's been confirmed by the man himself. We're about to break it down and tell you which one we think it is likely to be. But let's quickly play the clip one more time, in case you're too lazy to watch my interview. So these are characters that just one figure will complete a team, okay? Okay. So we're in the UK, so of course Excalibur, UK repping. We need Rachel Summers, okay? We got Destiny for the Brotherhood of Mutants. Oh yeah, okay. We've got Wolfsbane for X Factor, Feral.
All X-Men characters.
Yeah. Okay. And Starjammers, the OG of Guardians, like the Charlie 27s and stuff, and then the giant size X-Men. We still need that repainted Banshee. So there's a few more for you, right?
A few more.
Will one of those teams be completed in 2024?
Because this is your home field advantage.
Thank you. Yeah.
We are here in London.
Yeah.
I will say yes.
Yes.
1.
So there you go. You heard it from the man himself. One of those teams just mentioned will be completed in 2024. Now, me and Rich I say me and Rich. Basically, Rich has put together this list of what we think is going to be revealed, and we've done it in a particular. You've done it in a particular order, right, Rich? From what you think the least likely
I think
to
with
most.
The least likely to most likely. That's what I would put them in.
Okay, so based off those 7 teams, we're going to go from least likely to most likely. And again, just to recap those 7 teams, one of these teams will be completed. It is either going to be the OG Guardians of the Galaxy, the giant size X-Men with the repainted green Banshee, which we assume is coming, but when, who knows. The rest of the Starjammers, Hepzibah, of course. X-Force, which is Feral. Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, which is Destiny. Excalibur, which is Rachel Summers in her sort of Phoenix sort of outfit with the spikes and stuff. And then X-Factor is, of course, Wolfsbane, but a proper furry Wolfsbane. You know we like our hairy women on this channel. Right, so let's do it. Let's see what order Rich has got them in. We are going from least likely to most likely. Let's have a look. Right, thank you very much, chat. Let's do it. So least likely, Rich, out of that list of 7 is the original Guardians, Charlie 27 and Martin X. Not happening, so I think.
I think the fact that we need 2 is a thing already. So like everyone else, we need 1. This one we need 2 of. I just think this version of the Guardians is not the most well known. I don't think like the movie, like we still haven't got all the movie versions in the comic book looks. We haven't got a Nebula, we haven't got a Mantis. So I think like Charlie 27 and Martin X, I don't think that team is going to be completed in 2024. Maybe by 2030, but I just don't. I can't see it. I'd rather
have a comic Mantis than I would a comic version of those two as well. Like Mantis jumps above them in comic form because she's been around a little bit more in the stories that I've read. So, yeah, I completely agree. Again, this was sort of an extra that I threw into the conversation to try and get Ryan Ting to confirm something. So, yeah, I agree with you. As much as I would like to complete the original OG Guardians, it took them like 7 years between Vance Astro and the comic Yondu anyway. So, like, it's probably going to be another 7 years before we get one more of these. So, again, in 14 years' time, we may complete the original Guardians team. Again, from an alternate reality in the future, and then they bounce around timelines. Very confusing stuff, but it would be nice to complete that four team. And then there's extras that can be added on top of that as well, but they're the original 4. So yeah, I would like it. Of course I would, as a cosmic sort of fan, but I agree with Rich, probably the least likely out of the lot. And please let us know in the chat as we go along if you want to get involved with the conversation. Let us know via hit and miss what you think of these characters, and if you would like to see them get released into the Marvel Legends line. I'm just going to quickly post that we're live on Twitter, because I forgot to do that earlier. So I like to do it as we're live, Rich, just to remind people.
I mean X, Dan.
All right. All right, there we go. Posted on Twitter. Right, let's go. I always feel like there's an injury in X-Men when we do that. Right, wrestling, ain't it? They do that when there's a serious injury. X-Men. Right, next up. Banshee from the giant size X-Men. Now, we got Banshee this year, Rich. Is that your logic? That they're just not going to give us another Banshee so soon?
So that's logic. And also that Dwight has said that he wouldn't do Green Banshee again until he's leaving Marvel Legends team. So, you know, if we get this next year, bye Dwight, it was nice knowing you. But I don't think we're going to get it next year because, again, we had that one this year. And I think that giant size team as well, I think the articulation on people like Sunfire, I think on Cyclops, like a version of Cyclops in that look, we could use redos of that. So I don't think they're going to do Banshee quite yet.
Is the Cyclops the one in the really expensive 2-pack that I've got, that I've refused to sell?
Yeah, the one that you refuse to sell, that is just going up and up in price. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on about the Phoenix 2-pack, by the way. The Cyclops that comes in that 2-pack is the giant size X-Men. A really good giant size X-Men figure is the Storm that came in the 2-pack with Thunderbird. That's a great Storm figure, I think. She holds up.
I mean, I'm not going to say that because mine falls over like all the time. I think, yeah, the legs on.
Oh, mine's on a flight stand, so I didn't know.
It's got round. It's got weird joints on it. But anyway, that's another story.
You're probably not wrong. Mine's just on a flight stand. She's got the lightning effects hands. I quite like that Storm. She came with the 2 heads of hair as well. But anyway, giant size X-Men is a lot of people's main. Like, if this is before Jim Lee era X-Men, if you're a bit older, you probably prefer that sort of team than you do the Jim Lee era, which is the sort of style that my mind's eye of the X-Men. But we think this is happening. Of course it is. But he's not essential to complete a team. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so. What I would say is these first two, the Guardians and Banshee, I don't think we have any chance of next year. If I was a betting man, these are the two I would not bet on at all. I think they'll come eventually, and Banshee more than the Guardians, but I do not think 2024 is the year we're going to get either one of these.
Again, both of these were just extras I threw in at the end to try and bait Ryan a little bit more. So I agree. I don't think these are happening. Will they eventually? Yeah, of course, maybe, obviously, but not next year. Hepzibah! Now, we'd love this, wouldn't we, Rich?
100%. This is the one that if I could pick one and you could pick one, you would pick one because you'd know I'd punch you if you didn't pick it. But yeah, Hepzibah would be the one. But again, going back to that Guardians, maybe it's 2 figures as well. So I could see us maybe getting another Starjammer next year, but I don't think we'll get both. And sadly, I think if we do get a Starjammer next year, Raza would probably be the most likely than Hepzibah. I love Hepzibah, but I think the next year will be the first year I haven't got one of the figures that I've shouted about for a year. So look forward to another 12 months of Hepzibah.
2022 was Tigra. 2023 was Monet. So
Yeah.
2024 is 2024 what you want to be your Hepzibah year, but
It should be if I was right with my things that I shout out, but I don't think 2024 is going to be the Hepzibah. So it will be another year of shouting Hepzibah for 12 months.
Okay, that's
Hepzibah!
Fine. Hepzibah! Let's get some Hepzibahs in the chat, please, people. Come on now, get involved. Anyway, Starjammers, another team. We got a couple just this year. We've showed the Build-A-Figure. Not exactly very accurate, granted, but it's still... If you squint your eyes, it's a representation of the character nonetheless. But I agree, it's not accurate and it's frustrating when they get very close, but they don't hit the mark. So maybe because he was a Build-A-Figure, there could be a re-release down the line in a pack or a deluxe, and that's a way to pack him in with another character. Maybe, I don't know. Time will tell, but a team I definitely want to complete. Next up, X-Force Feral. Now, she seems quite high up on this list, as in for not to happen, Rich. But I think Feral's a likely one, you know.
So again, I would say these four could have been like the order could have. I think my number one is my number one. Whatever. I think the number one is the one I am predicting for next year. But Feral could happen next year. But I just think because of the one that I've put a number one, that's why I don't think because Feral and Wolfsbane are very similar characters, to put it like easily. So I don't think we're going to get both of them in one year unless they're in a 2-pack together. Now, go with me. That Wolverine theme that we've got, which seems to be from what Rectangular and what David Displays says, seems to be all 2-packs.
Okay.
If they were to do a Wolfsbane 2-pack, you could do one with Feral, because in Wolverine's like backstory, there's a storyline called Evolution written by Jeff Loeb, which is a fucking awful storyline.
Okay,
it is bloody awful. Right, but Wolfsbane and Feral are there together. There's like this villain called Romulus. So again, it's a way you could put the two furry women, get them out in one. I would love that 2-pack, even if it's based on a shit comic book. It would be a great 2-pack. I would buy it, and I think other people would. But I think Feral and Wolfsbane would both sell because people need them to complete those 90s X-Men teams. Like, I think a lot of collectors out there, 90s X-Men is that sweet spot. It's that bit they all like. So if they put like Wolfsbane on a retro card this year, Feral on a retro card next year, it drags people out to go and like check out other figures in the wave. Or if they put them in a 2-pack, putting the two most wanted together is maybe not the best business decision. From a fan point of view, it would be great. Our X Factor and X Force are done in one. We've only got by one set. But I think Feral will be more likely to be with like another version of Cable, another version of Domino. And then they put Wolfsbane with like another version of Quicksilver, Polaris in a different costume. Even Val Cooper, the mighty Val Cooper. Maybe when Hepzibah gets done, I'll be shouting Val Cooper for 10 years.
Look, Gatey's Toys is he says, at this point, just make a 3-pack of these 3 ladies. Yes, 3 hairy females in a 3-pack. Hepzibah, Wolfsbane, and Feral. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Would that happen? Absolutely not. Unfortunately, would we want it? Of course we do. Bring on the hairy ladies. But yeah, we don't think that's happening, but that would be a good shout. Catliv says, I love having to squint my eyes to get my figures accurate on the shelf. Yeah, obviously none of us like that. Obviously, nobody likes that. I'm not justifying Hasbro's
I just take my glasses off and everything looks perfect.
I just do this and be like, oh, what an accurate display I have. Oh, that's so good. Look at the article. No, obviously it's not good enough. Hasbro should do better. Of course they should. They should at least count the fingers on a hand, for God's sake. So yeah, Hasbro do better. I agree. But unfortunately, it's happened now. So what can we do? But yeah, okay, I agree with Rich. As much as we would love it to be a 2-pack, and there is a way for them to justify it, we don't think it's going to be a 2-pack. And I don't mind the retro route, because Feral was on the old Toy Biz retro card back in the day on the X-Force, right? Was she not?
No, they only ever released one female in the X-Force line, and that was Domino. They didn't make...
I dreamt that.
I think Feral was a Toy Fair mail away. I think that's how they made
Feral
it.
figure, I know there is, but I just always assumed it was on a retro card.
No, I think it's a toy. It was a Toy Fair exclusive, like the Wizard magazine for toys. So you like sent the voucher off and you got it in like a little box.
Well, there was one Deadpool. Well, the Deadpool was on the X-Force card back, right? And he's the only modern Marvel Legend release on that tribute X-Force card back. So there's no reason why they couldn't do some more X-Force tribute cards and release Feral in that format. Because again, who doesn't love the retro card? So yeah. Anyway, there's Feral. Would love it to happen. I'm sure you guys as well. And yes, Gatey's Toys agrees. Feral was the Toy Biz magazine release, or Toy Fair magazine release. Okay, let's keep going through. The wolves, the Tome Dude dropping the wolf emojis in representation of these hairy ladies. I like it. Next up, now this is what you guys want the most, according to the poll right now. So if you look at the poll right now, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, which is the team led by Mystique, her lover, if you will, is the only missing member, which is, of course, Destiny, at 37%. So that's what you guys from the chat, with 229 votes, 37% of you think that Destiny is the most important character we need to complete a team. The next team that needs to be completed, that you guys say, not me, that's going off the poll that you are involved in. Destiny. Now, I would sort of agree. I think I do want Destiny. I want Feral and Wolfsbane as well, but I do like Destiny. It's a character we haven't had. I don't know. How are you feeling with this one, Rich? Obviously one you want, right? Who doesn't like an old woman in a mask?
100%. And she's now a young woman again in House of X. She's been de-aged. She's back to being a beautiful young lady with black hair, and she's still blind. She still has like visions of the future.
What's
but
the
she's fine. It is, and she's finally reunited with Mystique, and they lived in their loved up little place on Krakoa. So yeah, I would love a Destiny, and I mean, there's lots of scope to do this character. I think Marvels tend to push these modern day characters, like we've had Chasm, like we've had Hallows Eve, that are relevant to modern day comic books, and Destiny is one of those characters who's been big in the Krakoan age. She came back in Inferno. She's been part of the X-Books since then, involved in Immortal X-Men. She's involved in the current Fall of X. And as well, she ties into that classic era. She fills out the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and also fills out Freedom Force as well. Yeah. So she is a much wanted character. And she's not I don't think a hard character to do. It's not she's got a load of action features. She's just got a mask. She's got a cape, maybe a crossbow, because what blind woman doesn't need a crossbow?
Great aim. She knows where it's not going to hit.
Exactly. Couple of Destiny diaries as well, because she can tell the future. But she would be a great character. I think she fills in a lot of gaps. She is a much wanted character, a much wanted ex-villain. And I would say from Destiny on, I think there's a chance of all these coming next year. But I just think the other two have got more of a chance than her. In my mind, for what I see 2024, which, I'm not Destiny. I could be wrong. But I think Destiny, there's a chance, but the other two got more of a chance.
Mark Tatak says, Destiny's Child. I can confirm it is not Beyonce behind that mask, or Kelly Rowland, or the other one.
Poor Michelle.
No, I knew who it was, really. I was joking. I know that because she's got my second name. We're not related, though, believe it or not. Crazy. So, yeah, I agree. Destiny, I agree with everything. Destiny should absolutely be made into the Marvel Legends line. The chat wants it. Rich wants it. I want it. She would complete both the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and Freedom Force, like you said. And we've already got Spiral. Spiral needs to be repainted in that gold to be another accompanying piece to that team. And they made that Spiral body, that unique 6-armed, double-jointed, pinless female. They're going to want to use it again at some point. Give it a repaint in gold. Again, I know people don't like their repaints, but if it makes sense, you can't be mad. It is a great body. So yeah, give us the Freedom Force as well and get 2 for 1 out of it. So yeah, Destiny, I want it. Let's see it happen. Likely, we think it's this is a high chance pick, and like Rich said, the next couple of choices are very likely to happen in 2024. The secrets are being revealed exclusively live on the stream or on the replay whenever you are watching this ever. Right, next up, UK repping Excalibur. Now, from the comment section on my interview with Ryan, more than one person, several people, think that Ryan is hinting towards Excalibur being the team that will get completed next year. Because it's been a year now since we had that free pack. That free pack with Captain Britain was 2021, or I think, 2021. So it's been a good over a year now since we've had that. So it's been in the air that people want this character completed. And also because my interview was in England, and Ryan talked about home advantage being in London, people have tried to piece that together and think that he's on about Excalibur being the team. Now I think people are reading a little bit too much into that, but again, maybe. So is Rachel here in the Phoenix sort of, I'm talking Excalibur 1 front cover. This is the version of Rachel we want. Is it going to happen?
So I'm not going to say, Dan, that I agree with the commentators forwards. Before your interview, I wouldn't have put Rachel this high in the list, because I think with the spiky, like mulleted look. There's too many new bits they need to do, and it's kind of like Rachel Summers is not like an A-list X-Man. I don't think the wider community know who she is. I think like to the comic book lovers of the 80s and 90s, she's much needed and relevant. But I don't think she's got like I don't think she would sell on the shelves. She's quite a boring figure in this look. She's just a red woman in a spiky suit. Like, what's up with that? But from your interview,
don't judge.
But from your interview, and again, from what people said and what Ryan said, and reading between the lines, I think there's much more of a chance of this happening than I thought. I mean, I think of all the figures on the list, she's been the longest we've been waiting for them saying she is coming. We are aware. You all want Rachel Summers. She will be here soon, and that was like 2 years ago now, and she's still on this list. So I think Rachel is long overdue. And from what Ryan said, I could see this being out there next year in this look, finishing off that Excalibur team. I mean, we all know that I love Kitty Pryde so much, but for me in the 90s, Excalibur was like the rubbish X-Men team. They were on an island off the coast of Scotland. Like, that wasn't as exotic as the ones who were like in New York, in space. It was like they were up the road. They were a bit shit, really, right? So I wasn't the biggest fan of Excalibur, but going back and rereading it like now, it is a great run of storyline, especially like the Chris Claremont era, the Alan Davis era, and Rachel is a great character. So she has had Marvel Legend figure before, but in her more modern Marvel girl look with the skirt.
That was in the Target days, wasn't it?
It was the yellow and yellow and green suit. Where she was like homaging her mother in Jean Grey. But I think this is the one, the hound suit Rachel that everyone wants, with like an alternate head, with like full hound head. Give her like a collar, put in a 2-pack with Ahab, like pulling her along. That would be an amazing figure. But yeah, I definitely think we get Rachel. And I think perhaps for the first time, she's nearer than we maybe think.
Yeah, they could put her in a 2-pack with like, we talked, Phil Jones mentioned it earlier, with a Nightcrawler. Like, again, they could pack her with a Nightcrawler. They could pack her with, not saying we need another Megan, but Megan was seen quite a lot in her orange outfit as well, right? And we got the green version, so they could.
I think if it's an Excalibur 2-pack, it would be either Nightcrawler or they do the issue 1 version of Captain Britain, because the Captain Britain we've got, like, too, and the uniform hasn't got the X on it. It's more like a V. So I think that those would be the characters. I don't think they'll do another Megan. I think we're stuck with grinning Megan for eternity.
She is definitely one that's on her hair is just, she's propped up on a flight stand with her hair locked in, just floating there. But she can sort of fly, so it makes sense in a way. But yeah, okay. Again, UK repping, a fan of Excalibur, obviously. Being able to reveal Captain Britain on the channel reignited my love for Excalibur. So yes, I would like to get that team completed. And I thought the chat were reading in a little bit too much into what Ryan was talking about on my interview. But again, go and watch it for yourself. You can come to your own conclusion. It was Ryan referring to the home field advantage team being completed, being the only team from the UK that we mentioned was of course Excalibur. So we shall see. But
just for the chat as well, for the Scottish viewers, Damien and Kevin, I wasn't dissing Scotland there.
No,
I was just saying Scotland was like, I could visit Scotland as a child, whereas New York was like out of my price range and out of my like way to travel to. So New York and the X-Men teams based there seemed much more fascinating than a bunch of people in Scotland.
Damien's not offended. He's not on the mainland. He's up on the islands, even further up. He's like near the south.
That's where Excalibur were. They were on like a little island, like away from everyone.
Damien was part of the Excalibur. Confirmed. Okay, let's keep going. Right, we got 2 more. No, this is it. Right, this is the last one. Right, so this is it. So this is your. Well, you take it away. Your most likely prediction, right?
This is the one that I think if we get anyone next year, I think we're getting Wolfsbane. I think of all the characters, when Dwight, Ryan and Dan revealed that like character with a head out there, I thought it was going to be Wolfsbane revealed. It turned out, I think it was Lilandra, because that was the asset that we got revealed at the Italian Comic-Con last week. But I think Wolfsbane has got to be in there, whether she's in that Wolverine wave or whether she's on like an X-Men retro card or whether she's just in like an X-Men Build-A-Figure wave for next year. I think Wolfsbane is going to show up somewhere next year. I think she's massively overdue and she completes that X-Factor team. I mean, she's been around for ages. New Mutants, X-Factor, even X-Force. Hopefully they will do this X-Factor costume. If they put her with Wolverine in an X-Force, like black and grey costume, I won't be happy. But this is the version of Wolfsbane that we need. And hopefully, looking at what everything else is, I think we're going to get this at some point next year.
Yeah, let me. Cap Lives in the chat is saying, didn't we already get this figure? Now, let me cast your minds back to the Walgreens exclusive Danny Moonstar. I actually bought 3 of these because you got 3 interchangeable heads to create 3 different characters on this sort of New Mutants uniform. So, of course, Danny Moonstar, who was meant to come out in the Epic Heroes days, but never actually made release. She was meant to be a variant, but it never happened. So, this is the sort of apology of that, and then we got a Karma head sculpt, but Karma didn't come with a robot leg, so it didn't really make sense. And also you have that head there for Wolfsbane, but again, Wolfsbane never really wore that outfit. She always had her hairy arms and legs exposed, so it was a cheap way to get her in there. I appreciate the effort, I do, but it's just the wrong character choice, I think. So let me see if I can get a picture of her with all the accessories on. Actually, there's got to be a picture of a Wolfsbane. So someone's done a picture here of all 3 of them. I'm just going to steal that. Thank you, whoever you are. Just from Google. Oh wait, it's taking me to some site where I've got to confirm my login. No thanks. Bloody hell, I'm being hacked live on YouTube. Oh come on now, give me a picture of Wolfsbane. Did you buy 3 of these to create 3 different characters?
Yeah, I got the 3 of them. I think we could only order 1, I think, when they first came out. So I think I imported 2 from America. And then they all went down for like stupid money then, didn't they? They all went down in price.
Yeah,
so.
I bought some cheap eventually, so I got 3, but I don't think I need 3. So I've got one if anyone needs one. Great price. if Craig wants it, triple the price. Wolfsbane, this is what Cap Lives is referring to. If you buy Danny Moonstar, which was a Walgreens exclusive, but accessible now, you can turn her into Wolfsbane. So technically, Marvel Legends have at least attempted to give you somewhat of a representation of Wolfsbane. But just like I mentioned earlier with Chode, you have to sort of squint your eyes. It's that case where it's not exactly accurate to the comic book page. It's not our mind's eye. So, yeah, we need another one. So I think the Hasbro team know that as well. So like Rich said, we are more than likely going to get Wolfsbane with the hairy arms and legs exposed. We know we've got that pinless tiger body that has not been reused. Do you reckon that would make sense for Wolfsbane here? Obviously, they give her the new torso piece with a uniform, but then she can use the tiger legs and arms, right?
Yeah, she could use the legs and arms, but everything else would need to be new. I hope they don't reuse that face from that one. They need like a more like wolf-like head, I think, on her.
Yeah. They're not gonna.
And she can come with a little wolf, because like in the comic book, she can change into like an actual wolf. This is like midway. It's like she goes from like ginger Scottish girl to like half werewolf woman to like full on wolf. That's like the 3 stages of Wolfsbane. So,
would you like them to pack in the sort of civilian head for Wolfsbane, and then maybe you could appropriately put that on this body? And would it make more sense? Probably not, but maybe.
If you did that, you'd have to have like interchangeable arms and legs as well, because I know. It's like they don't go.
A man can dream, Rich. A man can dream.
But then that's why I do wonder if they'll do the X-Force version of Wolfsbane, because in that she's in like the grey and black uniform.
Okay.
She's in like she has like a full body suit on in that before she changes to wolf. I know her wolf form is more like a dark black wolf head on it.
X-Force Wolfsbane. Let's have a look if I can find that outfit real quick.
So they could put that with like an updated grey and black Wolverine as well. So, I mean, that could go in a Wolverine wave if it was to come in a Wolverine wave.
Lots of customs. I've literally Googled Wolfsbane, X-Force Wolfsbane, and I'm getting a lot of customs of that. But I can't really find an official image. But you can do your own Googling. I have faith in you. But yeah, Rich is right. She is wearing the full grey and black costume. So, yeah, okay, she does look alright in that uniform, to be fair. But I prefer this one. This is the version I want. I don't want the X-Force Wolfsbane. That wouldn't complete the X-Factor team, would it? So that would be irrelevant. So it's not going to be that. It's going to be this version. So, there you go. Do you agree? Does the chat agree? Would you be happy with a Wolfsbane? Let's just say Rich is correct. He's bang on the money. Would you be happy with it? Would you be happy? Give us a yes or no, a hit and miss in the chat. And then we've got one more little topic to sort of browse on before we get into the after show, because we're running a little bit late today. So if you want to be on the after show, and you're willing to stay up a little bit late with us. We appreciate you. But yeah, let us know, hit and miss in the chat while me and Rich move on real quickly. Now, this could be a whole stream within itself, okay? So we're just sort of whizzing by it today, but of course we will come back to do this topic in a lot more detail and break it down, because again, it has been confirmed, and I tried to get the information from Ryan. Again, go and check out my interview to hear Ryan's words himself. I don't want to sort of put the pieces together, but a vehicle is coming. A legendary rider is coming, but one. Not a wave, not a box set. A one legendary rider is coming. A vehicle. But the vehicle isn't in the standard long boxes like we used to. Ryan says it's a unique one vehicle coming in 2024. So the only clue he would give us is that we are going to love it. But that is so diverse, Rich, because we all love different things. So what could be that one universal love?
And he also said it wasn't something that they've already done in the Hasbro era as a vehicle. So it's not like a Ghost Rider cycle or a Squirrel Girl.
We did get that confirmed. Exclusively confirmed on the interview from Ryan Ting. It is not a Squirrel Girl repaint. Go and put it on Marvelous News headline right now. No Squirrel Girl repaint is happening. We did confirm that. Journalism at its best right there at MCM. But unfortunately, I couldn't get much more information than that. I thought it was Danny Ketch. Like, I genuinely thought they let the Ghost Rider, the sort of HasLab die out, give it a year, and then give us the version of Ghost Rider that it seemed a lot of people wanted. So when Dan Yoon sort of teased on the Unparalleled stream that we would get a legendary rider, I think the majority of us went, okay, Danny Ketch, right? It's got to be Danny Ketch. But after speaking to Ryan at MCM, it didn't seem like it was as simple as just a bike. Like, he just... Do you know, he didn't, did it though, from the conversation we had? Because he was like, it's different to what we've had before. It's not the vehicle that you're thinking. So a bike would be something similar to what we've had before. He also confirmed it's a character we haven't had before in the Riders line. And we've had 2 Ghost Riders. Now, we could be referring exclusively to Danny Ketch, who we haven't had. But I think he was being more general with this fact that we've already had Ghost Rider. So it's not going to be a Ghost Rider again. So I think Danny Ketch is now out of it. Maybe we get Danny Ketch without his bike on a Ghost Rider retro card. Who knows? I don't know. That'd make people mad though, because they want his bike. So don't do that, Hasbro. Learn your lessons. But I think it's not Danny Ketch. So let's all think it's not Danny Ketch for a second and just think, what could it possibly be? Now, obviously, me and Rich are just having a little bit of fun here. I don't think any of us really think it's any of these. But I would like a Thanos copter. Get those Thanos copters going in the chat. Who else has a double emoji Thanos copter? If you're a channel member, you are being spoiled with the Thanos copter emoji. Rich, be honest, would you buy a Thanos copter in 1/12 scale?
I would 100% buy a Thanos copter.
Makes me happy.
But no, your Danny Ketch speech.
Yeah.
I wish you said that, Dan, because I obviously haven't looked at these images of you. Because if you skip on to the next one, what is on that image? Oh yeah, it's Danny Ketch's Hell Cycle.
No, I honestly, I still think there's a strong chance, and Ryan's just like confusing me with words. Do you know? Because I'm always digging to try and get information, and he obviously can't confirm anything. So I still, again, the chat are saying the same. They still think it's Danny Ketch because it's the obvious one. But again, we're just having fun. We're just speculating what else could it be. So it's a little bit of fun. You've put the Thanos copter, you put the Spider-Mobile, which you can actually buy in the kids line. That sort of scales with the Legends. Like, yes, the colour palette's a little bit different, a little bit more plasticky, but it sort of works. Punisher van is a big one that people would want, but I don't know. I think it's too obscure for them to do. I think the failed HasLab Engine of Vengeance didn't really give them the confidence to do obscure vehicles. Yes, you could argue the Punisher's more popular than Robbie Reyes, but it would still be an expensive vehicle, unfortunately. So, out of those 3, Rich, genuinely, selfishly, whether you think that happened or not, which one would you, if you had the choice, add to your collection in the Marvel Legends line?
So, like, if it was like a single release thing, probably the Thanos copter of those 3, I think would be like just it's just a stupid thing. You would have him like flying above everyone. Like the Spider-Mobile would have no appeal to me whatsoever, but the Punisher van would. But I think again, it would be a bigger thing. I in terms of HasLabs, I think Punisher Battle Van of all the vehicles on here is one of 2 that they could do that might work. But again, it would depend on, like, we know with Hasbro, with vehicles, with prices, and I think that the Engine of Vengeance left such a bad thing. I don't think they'll do it.
I've got an idea. This is a foolproof plan, right, to get people back on side of Marvel Legend HasLabs, okay?
Give it away.
No. This is it. This is the secret. We figured it out. Ghostbusters logo on the side. What we saying? This thing would back in a day. Ghostbusters fans would love it.
G.I. Joe figures as like the add-ons as well.
Just a set of decals. Just set of decals with the Ghostbuster logo, the G.I. Joe Cobra logo, and they can be like, yeah, you can make it any van you want. and then go, haha, it was Frank Castle's van all along. Yeah, maybe. Obviously, I'm joking. Don't go mad at me now. Don't be mad at me. And then, obviously, the flying car. Lola, I think Coulson called it in the MCU. I would be happy with that. But you can just buy a Bratz car and just turn the wheels. So I guess there's a way to do that already. Danny Ketch is, I think, something everyone... If you're reading comics in the 90s, even watching cartoons in the 90s, Danny Ketch is the Ghost Rider that pops up. I think even in the Fantastic Four, Danny Ketch pops up. They fight Galactus, don't they? Doesn't Ghost Rider fight Galactus? I swear he does. So I think you'd want a Danny Ketch on his bike, right?
Oh, and that is like the one Ghost Rider I would buy. So yeah, Danny Ketch would be the best one on that cycle as well. Updated version of that would be great.
And then obviously the HasLab that everyone thinks they want until it's released at £650 4-foot thing that you couldn't collect. Like, the reality of the Blackbird actually happening is a lot more difficult than people would like to assume. Like, yeah, of course, if you say to me, do you want a Blackbird for your Legends? Yeah, of course I would. But then the reality of that, where the fuck would I put that? How much is that going to cost? Like, I think that topic is a lot more complicated than people like to pretend it isn't. So, yeah, Blackbird, do you reckon the Blackbird is ever going to happen in the 6-inch Marvel Legend line?
I don't know. I could see someone else doing it, but I don't know. If Hasbro, I think you would could be, yeah, they could probably do it like in like a more affordable version and everything.
Instead of the Blackbird, they call it the
Bluebird,
the Y-Men Bluebird. No, that sounds like something off Sesame Street. Yeah, he's on it. He's probably already got the blueprints ready to go. He's just waiting for the HasLab fail. By the way, I love the shit it's doing. I'm just having fun, but yeah, someone please do the Blackbird. I would like the opportunity to buy one, but I just don't see Hasbro doing it at the Marvel Legends scale.
I mean, the Epic Hero one, visually one, looks really good. Like you've seen that, and it's like it looks nice. It looks like the Blackbird. So I don't know if they could do one that would be like to scale to fit it all. I think if they did one, it would be one that like the old Toy Biz one, you could fit like one figure in the cockpit type of thing. I think that's about what they would get for Hasbro. I don't see them doing one where you could fit like 8 characters in it, like the Thunder Tank or something like that.
There's some 3D printed ones that do that, and they look epic.
Yeah, and they look amazing. But I think if Hasbro did it, the price on it would just be like, and the size, I think a lot of people would just be like, ugh. It's like, I think Star Wars works with the 3.75-inch figures, and I just think that for a 6-inch Blackbird, I just don't think it would be like... I think it would be a much wanted thing by a lot of people. Then I think a lot of people would be like, where do I put it? Like, if you had that, you'd be doing your like live stream from the side of the room, like, "Pow, welcome back to the channel. This is the Blackbird."
Live in the Blackbird. I'd be broadcasting from the cockpit. Don't get me wrong. If they released it, I'm a sucker for this type of stuff. Of course, I wouldn't want to miss out on the opportunity to buy a Blackbird, and that would be a problem for the future Dan. But at least I can display it on Jay's roof. Jay, you got any room on your roof next to your Thunder Tank, Thunder Cats layout for this HasLab for me? Just display it on his roof. That would be great. So yeah, again, we can have another conversation about vehicles as we move into the new year. But again, it has been confirmed by Ryan Ting and Dan Yoon. We are getting another Marvel Legend vehicle in 2024. What that vehicle is, speculate away. And then, of course, retro cards. Now, this is just a tease, right, Rich? This is just a tease.
This is a tease of things to come. So Ryan Ting more or less confirmed that there would be other retro cards, not just X-Men,
and Harry
not
Moore
just Spider-Man.
Didn't confirm on my YouTube channel and then delete the post. So
100% not. But
that didn't happen.
You asked about the Iron Man and the different ones, and like Ryan said, it would be a shame if that was all Harry Moore's designs were used for. So, and I think Rectangler's list as well. He hinted that there would be, and I go and watch Rectangler's video, and again go and watch David's video.
It's basically confirmed. It's basically confirmed. Yeah.
So I think that a retro carded Iron Man wave, or at least some more figures, is definitely down for next year. But you know what we like to do when there's a retro carded figure wave? We've never speculated on an Iron Man retro card wave before, so tune in next week.
Yeah, there you go. So the next week's stream on the Thursday show will be Iron Man retro cards. We're going to dive in of what characters we would like to see, and also what characters are likely to be seen, what characters we need to be seen, what was on the old Toy Biz cards back in the day. Any of them characters could sort of be reissued in the 6-inch line. So yeah, next week on the Thursday show, me and Rich will dive in to the world of Iron Man retro cards, because they're coming.
And
they're coming.
Don't forget as well, retro cards, but looking at the Spider-Man wave, we also get modern cards as well. So will we get a mixture of more modern Iron Man characters on a more modern day card back, and how would that look? Yeah. Tune in next week.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's next week. But there you go. Secrets have been revealed. And again, I know it was a clickbaity title, but again, we're just having fun here. And also, we've pretty much got a decent amount of information confirmed for next year. We know there's a vehicle. We know there's going to be some more retro cards by Harry Moore. And that, again, that list is small. We know we're getting a team completed. We know we're obviously getting the more MCU figures for the movies that are going to make it out. Again, even if they get moved around, they're putting them up for pre-order. That's what Ryan said. If the dates move, they can still solicitate, let people know that they're coming when the movie comes out. So stuff like that will happen. We already have got a couple of waves confirmed for the new year as well. The Void, I think, is technically the first wave of next year. Then we got the Spider-Man, a second wave of the X-Men card backs as well. So we have got lots of confirmed. But remember, we always find out what's happening sort of for spring by the end of the year. So we're going to have like the first maybe 5 months sort of mapped out in template form. But then the rest of the year is anyone's business. What's the 10 item summer program going to be next year? What other anniversaries are happening? Look, there is so much still to talk about for Marvel Legends in 2024, and we've got the rest of the year to do it. Okay, so next week we will start off with some Iron Man, but we've went a little bit long today. We need to head over to the Dan Who Extra show. So if you want to continue this conversation, then me and Rich are going to stay live, but we're going to do it on the Dan Who Extra for anyone who is the Dan Who Deluxe tier on the channel membership. It's just a couple quid more than your channel members club for Legend of Liquor. Again, each to your own. Support the channel however way you wish. Even if you don't want to be a channel member, that's absolutely fine. It's completely up to you. There is content everywhere, all over the place. But if you want to be involved on the channel you are supporting, literally be a part of the channel you are supporting, that's the way to do it. Become a channel member, pick your tier, and you can literally be on the show within the next 10 minutes. Like I will send you the Zoom link, and you will be chatting to me and Rich within the next 10 minutes if you become a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe. All right, so if you want to be there, start DMing me now. Before we go, I am just going to end this poll real quick. So again, Iron Man retro cards next week. But this poll, we're going to end it, Rich. And Destiny is the winner. Which Marvel Legend team needs completing the most in 2024? Out of these four, Excalibur 16%, X-Force 31%, X-Factor 17%. So it was close between Feral and Destiny, but Destiny took it by a few percentage, 265 votes. Brotherhood of Evil Mutant gets it with Destiny. So yeah, let's hope it happens. But in case people are not following us over to Who Crew Deluxe, where we're going to reveal the real secrets, that's where we're just going to tell you straight up what's coming next year, right? That's the place you want to be. We've got all the lists right here. Brandon's on the phone. Brandon, what are you telling us, mate? Come over to the... It's not really, by the way. He'll kill me for saying that.
He should. No. He'll be getting a phone call now after this.
Yeah, come over to Who Crew. In case they're not, Rich, where can they find you online?
So you can find me in the bushes, in the bins, peeking over Rectangular and David Display's head for all the latest leaks. But yeah, like I said, go and check out David Display's channel. He's got a list of all the leaks for next year. And Rectangular as well, the original source of all Marvel Legends leaks. Go and check them out. Things are coming out. This time of year is usually when stuff gets being revealed as well. I think Marvel have said nothing for this month, but hopefully in December we'll start getting more of a picture of what's coming next year as well. But you can find me on Displayed Once on Instagram and here most Thursdays, apart from when I'm out drinking.
Yeah, that's fine. He's allowed a day off. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, again, shout out Rectangular. Let's be honest, whether you like leaks or don't, again, there's people in both camps. You cannot fault Rectangular's track record. So whoever his sources were, you know what I mean? Is onto something. So again, it's up to you how you indulge in this hobby. Again, it's all just fun either way. And again, that's exactly what we were doing today. So apologies for the clickbait title, but I still think we give you some decent tidbits about 2024. All right. So we will see you next week to dive into the world of Iron Man retro cards. And maybe if you join the Who Crew Deluxe, I'll see you in the next 5 minutes. All right. But we're going to get out of here. Let me play the end. There you go. Click one of these videos. Which one, Rich? The left or the right one?
Left. Go left. Go left.
Wait, that's that way. Click it. Click it. Yeah. The music should be playing. I can't hear it, by the way, so I don't even know if I'm dancing in tune. Not a clue. But anyway, it's always fun talking toys. Remember, this hobby is allowed to be fun, all right? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Buy what you want, like what you like. And I like Marvel Legends. Bye-bye.